Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Kim Site. So I'm actually doing a new segment, y'all. This is Victory Sundays, y'all. And on Victory Sundays, y'all gonna get the more raw, uncut, filtered version of me, y'all. This is like me just being me, y'all. Just talking about sports, like my first love, y'all. Which is, if y'all know me, man, y'all know I love football. I coach, y'all know I do all of that. So like with me, y'all, it's gonna be Victory Sundays. It's the first episode right here. So y'all, let me talk about something like pretty much like when I'm doing Victory Sundays, yo, we just gonna be talking about sports throughout the week, y'all. Some stuff that occurred. And so the first topic that I just want to talk about on this first episode of Victory Sundays, if y'all didn't see my video last week about the Super Bowl, y'all see it. I was actually correct about my prediction, yo. Like if you watch the game, yo, I'm pretty sure y'all was like, damn man, if y'all was like me, like I wasn't anticipating a great game. And then like when the game did occur, it kind of went the way that I kind of expected. You see, like my prediction, I was like, yo, this is exactly what I predicted. Like the score was like 9-0 at halftime. But yeah, man, like it occurred pretty much like how I predicted. The Patriots line damn near sorry, yo. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like shit. Like Campbell, I think that's his name. He got mauled, the left guard, he got mauled. And I was telling my peoples like throughout the first quarter, I was like, yo, this is kind of like the Chiefs versus the last two Chiefs losses in the Super Bowl vibes where the line was getting killed and the game turned out to be ugly. And that's how it turned out to be, yo. Like, but towards the end, it got interesting, but it really wasn't that interesting. I was looking at the stats and I was surprised. Like, the Seahawks only outgained about 4 yards. They had 335 yards compared to 331 to the uh to the Seahawks to the Patriots. I said Patriots, the Patriots and shit or whatever. But then you look at the time of possession, it was like 33-26. So they was pretty much dominated the game. Which I felt like we really couldn't tell how the game gonna turn out until the second quarter. That's when Kenneth Walker just straight took over and shit. When he had that long run, that first one, I was like, oh yeah, it's better be over. And shit was over with. And like I said, man, like it felt like the Patriots, like you could just kind of tell, like they wasn't ready for that. And like that line play, man, it kills you in the Super Bowl, man. Once you get to the Super Bowl, yo, like that's when I think like something like your weaknesses on the line really shows itself. And that's what happened. So on another topic, y'all, I got this, as y'all see, I got this NBA jersey on. So, you know, it's All Star weekend. So I got to talk about some NBA. So, y'all, if y'all didn't see it, man, y'all go check out that the Pistons versus the Hornets fight, yo. And like it was a cool, I ain't gonna say it was a cool fight, but it was an interesting fight. I think two players from the Hornets, they got 4 games suspended, and then Duran, he got 2, and then Stewart, he got 7. He's a classic UFC fighter, man. He need to get into that once the season over with. You know, me being a football guy, I don't know who it was, but it was Darian Williams and some NFL player that got into their little boxing match. I think he should do something like that once he done with his career. Like I think he got a good future in fighting, y'all, because he liked to fight, man. Like he got off the sideline. You didn't even see him out there, and he just beeline to the court and like, yo, we throwing hands. And like the funny part of it is when they sit on like ESPN and said, they was like, yo, their teammates was like, yo, this is normal. Like this is what he do. So it's like you keep on doing that, bro. Go ahead and get on that match, bro. I want to see it, man. I paid to watch it. I don't want to pay for any other athletes to fight, but I definitely pay for him to fight because it's like, yo, he don't give a damn. Pretty much for the most part, and shit like that. But yeah, man, something I like about the Pistons is just like, yo, like the Pistons, like they normally don't be good until they be like until they embrace like that bad boy culture or like that goon culture. And when you think about it, like the bad boy Pistons, the 03, 04 Pistons, where it's just like they had the malice in the palace. Like even though they couldn't score no more than 90, you won't go score no more than 80 just because they're gonna maul your ass. And so it just seemed like this Pistons team is taking on that same identity. And I think like that's the only identity that the Pistons can't take on for them to be great. There's no offense. I actually like Cade Cunningham. That nigga, I mean, yeah, that brother's nice, bro. And I like Durant too. I'm actually rooting for him. But it's just that like, yo, it seems like with the Pistons, they gotta take on that identity. And another thing I noticed and I like about it is it's like, yo, I don't feel like this, like the Pistons and the Hornets is gonna be like that top notch rivalry. But it do give me like that secondary rivalry where it's just like you got one great team and you got one like decent team, like you know, like the Heat versus the what's one of them ones like the Heat, when the Heat played I wouldn't say the Pacers because that was actually like a 1 and 2, but something like that. Also, you know, like a good one is the Cavs versus the Magic, like when LeBron was playing for the Cavs. Another one, you could think about is Knicks and Pacers. Like, for damn well, like they wasn't gonna make it to the finals, but it was still good basketball. But neither one was gonna mess with either the Bulls or at the time period it was the Heat. But they got good, you know what I'm saying? They got good games. They got good matchup. It's like some shit you'd be entertained by. And yeah, but like I said, it's a good rivalry. It ain't gonna be a great rivalry. It's gonna be a good rivalry. It's gonna be some shit you just gonna watch, but you're not gonna be entertained by the whole entire time. But last All Star weekend. Like I said, I got my jersey on, I got my Bron jersey on. So I just want to talk about the NBA All Star. First of all, I do want to say this, y'all. Like, I want to ask y'all a question, and I want y'all to comment on this. I wouldn't say least exciting because like NFL All Star Pro Bowl can't be as exciting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that it's too much that goes into play about them guys being that physical, and we want to see physicality in football. But what's the more disappointing one? Like, I don't know if bro got a take on this or not, but what's more disappointing? The NBA All Star or the NFL Pro Bowl? To me, I feel like the NBA All Star is more disappointing. And the reason why is just because like in NFL, like the game is physical. Like, we know damn well like these guys can go out there and knock each other out. Like, you just can't do it. Like, you just can't do it like at any time period. But in the NBA, like, yo, y'all dudes be going hard and 1-on-1s and 5-on-5s, but then it goes to the All Star and like this shit is like, what the hell? Like, I know y'all ain't trying to go crazy like even when like D Wade broke Kobe nose, but y'all still, it's still like the effort. You feel me? Like, it's like, yo, you can still cross a nigga up, or cross a brother up, or some shit like that, and make the shit look nice. But you can't really do it too much in the NFL. Like, we're not gonna see Jamar Chase go up in the middle and get his head knocked off. We only seen that shit in one Pro Bowl with Sean Taylor. But in the NBA, like, you can still see nigga do in between the legs 360s and all that. Instead of these niggas goddamn shooting from half court every goddamn play, or just have wide open dunks. That shit not entertaining. And last, man, we gotta do something about that stand up competition. Like, it's bigger names in the 3-pointer competition. And how I feel is it's like, yo, some of these dudes don't need to be in the 3-pointer competition. It's just like you see some of these dudes, like, like they're not 3-point shooters, but they're in the 3-pointer competition. Like, for real. Like what's my boy name that played that dated Coco Jones? What's his name, bro? Yeah, Donovan Mitchell. He don't need to be in that shit. Like, that's not his game. But yeah. But also those just like, yo, what makes ESPN top 10 plays more? Somebody shooting threes or somebody making a crazy dunk? I'd rather see somebody making a crazier dunk than I'd rather see somebody shooting a three, because 3-pointers, unless it's like a buzzer beater or something, it gotta be a circumstance to it. You ain't gonna make it top 10 plays. But in dunks, shit, as long as that dunk is like that, you gonna see it up there. But yeah, man, like, but when you look at the names, bro, and this is my suggestion, and also what I'm about to talk about. But you look at the names: Carter Bryant, Jackson Hayes, Rashad Johnson, Jace Richardson. Really, we don't know too many of them dudes' names. We know Jace Richardson from his dad, and we know Jax Hayes because he played for the Lakers. The other two dudes, I never heard of them. And then, no offense, everybody nice in the NBA, but damn, like, my suggestion is, and this is what I don't get about the superstars, is like, why they so scared? Because when you think about it, bro, when you look at it, a lot of the times, like when it's a big name, they normally win it just because of the fact they're a big name. Like, the slam dunk competition is kind of just like the stand up competition, kind of like boxing. Like, as long as you got a big name and it's kind of even and tied up, the person with the bigger name gonna win. And so, like, I'm like confused why these dudes are so scared just to do the slam dunk competition, when as long as you do good, you gonna win, just because it's a basically like a preference thing. Like, if you like in between the legs dunks and stuff like that. Like, we done seen it too many times where it's like we feel like somebody else was better in the slam dunk competition, but they end up losing. Like, we could talk about the Aaron Gordons and what was the one, Iguodala and stuff like that. We could talk about those just because it was controversial, just because of the fact that, like, yo, they lost to someone that they felt like they was better than. But with all that being said, y'all, this is the first Victory Sunday, not gonna be the last Victory Sunday. And with all that being said, peace, Victory Sunday, Kimberly Sykes out this bitch.